Hi ladies, this is Valerie. Hopefully you tuned in to the prior video about the basics of budgets, and one of the things that I promised that we would get into a deeper dive into is the 401k. And so I just wanted to touch on just a very few short, quick tips about 401ks and things that we should be mindful of whenever we are investing in that. So the very first thing that I will talk about is 401k tip is to actually invest in it. So we're going to use 401ks. And I'm going to add a couple of words to the end of this tip, and that is to match. So what do I mean by that? Most of the employers out there will match to a certain percentages. So if you have a company that says, I will match 100% of whatever it is you put in up to 5%, or I will put in up to 4%, whatever that number is, I encourage you to always invest to match whatever it is your employer is offering you. Why? Well, guys, if your employer is giving you 2 to 5% is kind of the norm, that is 2 to 5% of your income that they are giving to you for free for working for them. However, if you don't invest, that is money that you're literally leaving on the table that is otherwise yours. And so you don't get that money if you don't invest. If you do invest, you do get the money. It's really simple. So that's money we're leaving on the table when we don't invest to the match of our employers. So I always encourage, please take advantage of your 401k, matching contributions. The other thing I would tell you is to diversify. So most of your 401k plans are going to be, they'll give you different options of what you can invest in. So a lot of questions that I get is, well, then what do I do? What do I invest in? I don't know. So that's something that we can sit down and talk as one-on-one. As an advisor, I would always encourage everyone to be very well diversified. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities for us to get into more strategic areas of the market. We will talk about that because that's exciting and fun. However, when it comes to the 401k, that's usually what my preference is to be a little bit more on the conservative side. That's money that you're going to be putting in every single paycheck. It'll be matched by your company, so it's going to be growing. So this is more of your diversified portfolio. So depending on your age, it will tell you how aggressive you can be. You can put it into mutual funds or something of that nature. So just make sure that you're very well diversified. One of the other things that I do want to talk about is when the market goes down, what do we do? Well, most people panic, and we don't want to do that. We want to be strategic about this. So when it comes to your 401k especially, of course, this is going to be a little bit different when we talk about our other strategies for investments. But when it comes to our 401k, it's kind of a stay and play strategy. So we're going to stay in it and we're going to play it. The whole idea and premise behind a 401k is working towards your retirement. So most of us, that retirement is more of a long-term goal. Now, if you're in a position where you're about to retire in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, we are going to have a little bit of a different strategy. Feel free to reach out to me because we are going to have different discussions. But for the rest of us, the 401k is more of our long-term vehicle. So when the market has its dips, and it will, the worst thing you can do is try to pull the money out of it. The reason being is if the market goes down and you sell, you're actually selling it on a discount. You're getting less money back than what you put into it, which means you were 100% taking a loss. However, if you don't sell it, just because its value went down in that moment, you have not lost your money. We don't lose until we actually make a transaction. At that point in time, when the market does dip, which we've all lived through at some point in time in our careers, it's just the value in that point in time. So I want to stress that there is a difference. I always hear a lot of people using incorrect terminology. Market's down and I've lost money. So my next question is did you sell? If that answer is no, you did not lose anything. You've lost value, but the market will recover. So that's the one thing that we can always count on is for every market downturn, 100% of the time there has been a market return. That's what the market does. That's something we can count on. And the longer your money is in those funds, the more time it has to recover, the more time you have to recoup any market fluctuations it's had. So that is the name of the game. It's about the time in the market, not timing the market. Total different strategy here when it comes to our 401k plans. So these are just 3 things that I want to encourage everybody to think about when it comes to their 401ks. Now, 401ks can be quite complicated, but today I just wanted to give you some few tips that might help you along in your strategy planning as you move forward. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. We're going to be diving into this much deeper level, but I wanted just to give you a quick note, just a little snippet to think about it. And till next time, take care, ladies.